India's AI Governance Guidelines 2023. He is the chair of Safe Untrusted AI Working Group. May I now request Professor Ravindran to deliver his welcome remarks.
Good evening, everyone. And it's a great pleasure to welcome all of you. And I'm very honored that Dr. T.R.B. Raja, the Honorable Minister for Industries, Investment, Promotion and Commerce of the Tamil Nadu government, was able to join us today. And I also welcome the other dignitaries on the stage. To very briefly, to set the context. So we are here today to inaugurate the Safe and Trusted AI Conclave, which is being organized as part of the various activities leading up to the AI Impact Summit that's going to happen in Delhi. Thank you. AI Impact Summit that's going to happen in Delhi in February next year. And I'm actually thrilled to see the level of interest that we have in this, and that we have participation from not just across India but across the globe that have come to this event. And so the goal of these 2 days is to discuss very important issues with regard to building AI solutions for the global south that can be deployed in a safe manner, right? And that minimizes the harms at the same time as enables us to garner as much benefit as possible from AI solutions for the global south. And over the next day and a bit, we will be hearing from different experts about what are the various issues that are involved, right? And it's I'm very also happy to welcome my co-chair, one of my co-chairs from Japan, Mr. Yoichi Ida, and as well as Brazil, who will be present virtually, my Brazilian co-chair, who will be present virtually later in the program. And so in some sense, right, this is not just the inaugural of this meeting, but the inaugural of all the working group meetings in some sense, because this is the first physical meeting that we are organizing for the 7 different working groups that the government has put together for organizing this event. So in some sense, all of us are trendsetters. And again, I welcome all of you to the event, and let's all make sure that we have a good time and also contribute scientifically to the outcomes of the AI Impact Summit.
Thank you, sir. We now request Sri Mohammed Shafirullah, who is currently serving as the Director of India AI Mission of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, to set the context of this conclave.
Honorable Chief Guest of the day, Dr. T.R.B. Raja, distinguished dignitaries on the stage, my friends. Firstly, on behalf of Electronics and IT Ministry, I'd like to thank IT Madras and the State Government of Tamil Nadu for hosting the first hybrid meeting of the Safe and Trusted Working Group. To set the context, India would be hosting the Impact Summit, AI Impact Summit, in February 2026, from 15th of February to 20th of February. Now, as part of it, we have 7 working groups. The conceptual framework is as follows. We have the mantra or the objective as impact, and we have the pillars or the sutras as people, planet and progress. That is the impact on people, planet and progress, and 7 working groups talking about different themes. And today, the conclave which Honorable Minister would be inaugurating is a part of Safe and Trusted Working Group, which is chaired by Professor Ravi from IIT Madras and co-chaired by Japan and Brazil. And the working group consists of members from 100+ countries and international organizations. For the rest of the 6 working groups also, there will be hybrid meetings in various parts of our country, and we will have the stakeholder consultation, we will have academic consultation, and the working groups will produce tangible outcomes which will gradually go towards the leaders' declaration, when the world leaders meet on 19th and 20th of February at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. With this, I would like to thank all the participants, and tomorrow there is one-day intensive discussion also scheduled at IIT, and we welcome all the participants to actively contribute on how we can contribute in this particular safe and trusted pillar, and look at 2-3 tangible deliverables which will make a meaningful impact in the life of common citizen across the globe. Thank you once again for the opportunity and I'd like to thank the organizers and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving us a bird's eye view into the conclave and what is up to come in February 2026. We now request Shri Deepak Goyal, Group Coordinator, who is associated with the drafting of the recently enacted Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. He is a Group Coordinator of Cyber Laws at the MeitY, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology too. May I request you to share your thoughts, sir?
Thank you. Honorable Minister Dr. T.R.B. Raja, Professor Kamakoti, Professor Ravindran, Dr. Ida, Amirullah, my colleague in ministry, friends, means, what do I say, means I was a part with Professor Ravindran when this working group was going on, and very recently ministry has released AI governance rule book. So, apart from DPDP, what we did very recently from the cyber law group was a draft, it's still in the draft stage, but a rule for the controlling the synthetic media across the world. Means we are trying to get labeling of the synthetic media, which is one of those core pillars under the AI, means that AI governance framework that ministry has released. And another thing that we wanted to basically encourage and empower the individuals who wants to get, who want to sort of get impacted to the deep fakes that we have been sitting across. So Sami has set up the context well. We have some sutra, we have some set of the context, and as far as this AI impact summit is concerned, and this safe and trusted pillar is concerned, the bias, the discrimination, and all those things that we need to take care of, that I think we should be discussing more and more, along with our co-chairs, that's Japan and Brazil, and more than 40 countries have participated earlier in our initial hybrid meetings. So I wish you all the best, and I hope that we will be deliberating more and more in tomorrow and the days to come, and come out with something very tangible and very good outputs out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now request Professor V. Kamakoti, Director, IIT Madras, who has chaired the AI Task Force for the Ministry of Commerce and also who served on the National Security Advisory Board, a recipient of DRDO Academic Excellence and Basket. And sir, now I request Professor Anindita Sahu to please felicitate Professor Kamakoti with a memento. Please come to the center of the line. Now request Professor Kamakoti to address the gathering.
Vanakkam. Very happy welcome to Chennai for many of the participants from different parts of the world. Very happy welcome to the Honorable Minister, Dr. Raja, who's been very supportive of all the activities, all the technical activities, has been readily agreeing to all the functions that I've been inviting him. So a special thanks to you, Dr. Raja. So friends, AI has reached a stage where it is becoming more and more pervasive into everyone's life, and we are tasking the AI to help in many of the intricate activities, including suggestions for health, suggestions for education. A lot of co-pilots are already there. Before we even define the word co-pilot, people have been using AI for making a lot more decisions. So AI is going to have not only an impact on the economy, but also on day-to-day life, day-to-day crucial part of life. And I think this is the point where out of the several verticals that were assigned for the AI Impact Summit, trusted and responsible AI becomes extremely crucial. And I am very happy and thank to Meiji for making my colleague Professor Ravindran as a co-chair for this particular very important event, and also choosing IIT Madras at Tamil Nadu. We are very proud that this most important activity, which is going to say yes or no for AI, decides whether AI can be implemented or not, whether AI can be pursued or not, from many perspectives. That particular deliberations is happening in this part of India. We are very proud, and we are very thankful to Meiji for having assigned this here. Given this, our responsibility, friends, as we said, this data today is all pervasive. The type of decisions that we make at a very global level, when we talk about things like Sustainable Development Goals, which actually includes health, education, etc., the decisions need to be more global than local. So there is a need for all of us to collaborate and come to certain normal or common denominator where we can start functioning. Like the IEEE standards, we need to have this AA standards. And it's not just that since AI is going to be much more pervasive, there is a very big need for having some mutually agreed upon regulatory standards. And these are some of the very important aspects of how to make AI both accountable and responsible. I think all these things are going to be deliberated. And from Tamil Nadu, the Honorable Minister will be presenting many initiatives that the Tamil Nadu government is doing. But we are also collaborating from IIT Madras with the Tamil Nadu government in a very deep way to see that we get AI education at the school level, so that people are being educated about AI at a very young age, because they are into using the big language models even without understanding what it implies. And I think education of AI at a very young age is becoming important. We are also looking at a large skill development through many of our initiatives like Swayam Plus, etc. And also some initiatives of the government of Tamil Nadu, the non-Mudalvan scheme, trying to coordinate all these things to make AI as a forefront skill that the students must learn about, and there must be an upskilling for all the employed professionals, so that we create a good human capital who understands the do's and don'ts of AI and also be prolific in using AI in a very responsible manner as a part of their job and career. So a lot of efforts are being put and need to be put. I think this is a very important cusp, and we are very happy that India is hosting the AI Impact Summit. Let us all work together. There are more than 700 plus events that are planned as a part at different parts of India, and many are going to be in Tamil Nadu. And I wish all these events lead to very fruitful, effective, and important decisions and derivatives which, when implemented, will make this technology a good technology for all and will completely eradicate some of the bad effects which AI could bring in. So with these words, again I thank the Honorable Minister for being here, and hearty welcome to all of you, to India, to Chennai, to Tamil Nadu. And tomorrow we are going to have a larger consultative process at IIT Madras. So I also an advanced welcome to the IIT Madras campus, and I wish that all these culminate in a very interesting, very effective, very productive framework. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Thank you for very succinctly putting it that catch the name and, to educate the children at school on the use of AI. Thank you so much, sir. It's indeed an honor and privilege to invite the Honorable Minister, Dr. T.R.D. Raja, the Minister of Industries, Investment, Promotion and Commerce, Government of Tamil Nadu, மாண்புமிகு அமைச்சர் அவர்களை சிறப்புரை ஆற்றுமாறு அழைக்கிறோம்.
Nandri, and it's always a pleasure to attend anything that involves IIT Madras. I've always had a very special place in my heart for this amazing institution that's making not just Tamil Nadu proud, but also India proud on the global stage. Only hits me. I love coming to IIT Madras and not some hotel. The next time I would rather have this inside the hallowed grounds itself. But of course, I'm sure you feel this is a different setting would probably help you in different ways. Anyway, so first of all, as Professor Kamakoti said, அவர் கூப்பிட்டா அவர் எந்த நேரத்தில் அழைச்சாலும் உடனே அந்த இடத்துல ஆஜராகிறது தான் என்னோட வேலையில் இருந்து வருகிறது. So I'm always happy to be here when the professor calls. I'm there. So respected professor, it's always a pleasure to be here. And Thiru Mohammed Safirullah, our very own director at MAITI, Sri Deepak Goyalji, the scientist G and group coordinator, cyber laws MAITI, Yoichi Lida-san, Japan co-chair, safe and trusted AI, and then Professor B. Ravindran, professor at IIT Madras, my dear folks from Guidance Tamil Nadu and leaders from industry, global experts and members of the AI community, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Well, we have been given 5 minutes extra. All these gentlemen chose to speak lightly so that they haven't done justice, sir. Next time, because whenever there is one politician is on stage, the rest of them think that every now this fellow will take more time, so might as well finish early. So now I have 20 minutes to kill because they said 6:15 verify but I don't get such audiences, right? So I usually try and use that every second that I get here. So I will get to what I want to see. I, as in the government, as in an inclusive government, wants to see with AI and with ethical use of AI and safety in AI also. So first of all, thanks AIT. They've been coming IIT for doing such events. It's very crucial that we do such events at the right time and also learn from the amazing minds that get to meet at such events. So thank you for doing this. And building solutions for the global south from the south of India. It comes naturally because this is the knowledge hub of India. We host about 25% of all of India's institutions, starting right here from IIT Madras. So it comes naturally for us to handhold the global south. And we're not just doing summits here, we're doing summits. I've heard that such AI safety summits have happened in UK, Korea, France, and even one on Africa. So this is something the world is talking about, the world is worried about, the world is very apprehensive about, and all of us as people of the world need to, in fact, get to. So we really have to look at AI in a very clear, with a very open mind. Right? And I think governments and governance play a very key part in this. And I think we really need to have a big say. Just like babies growing up and parents holding hands, I think good policy intervention, well thought out policy intervention, and well discussed policy intervention is very important for us as people of the world to have good AI inputs in the future. So I'm sure this conclave and the working group here is going to give really good framework at the India AI Impacts Summit that's going to happen in Delhi. Is it in Delhi? It's in Delhi, yes. So everything is in Delhi. So everything happens in Delhi. That's a point that we have a problem with. I think when you're going to handhold the South, why not in Chen.ai? Huh? Why not in Bengaluru? Huh? We have AI inbuilt in Chennai, Chen.ai, so why not in Chennai? But anyway, at least the working group is here. But and I'm sure this working group is going to add super value, amazing value to the rest of the main summit when it happens. So Tamil Nadu's vision is to become India's AI hub, and this government under Thiru M.K. Stalin Avargal, the Honorable Chief Minister of this Dravidian model government, is very, very keenly focusing on and listening and looking at and learning from the world and looking at the direction that AI is going in. And we really want to work on an AI, ethical AI and policy, which is actually rolled out a few years back. It was very nascent, and so it needs a lot of stitching together to do. And I think we're going to add more value to it. And as I speak, I know that my beloved Anna Puthiya Thalaimurai is also adding value to it via the IT ministry, and I'm sure something is going to come up on those lines. But when, as far as this government is concerned, I think for us, democratized AI is key. Right? This is a very inclusive government. We believe in distributed growth all over Tamil Nadu. And we also believe in inclusive growth. Right? So AI needs to become more democratized. So I believe every single person needs to be able to access AI as easily as anybody else. So that is our core request. Now, Professor Kamkoti also spoke about the need for AI in school and how we're going to help students learn via AI. Right? Now that is both an exciting thing and a very terrifying thing for us when it comes to governance. Right? AI, do you, in a way, we're not playing God, but in a way, taking a jump into the darkness without knowing what's going to come up. Are we taking that plunge too early? Is what one thinks when you actually put such a immensely capable asset in the hands of tutors, of course, but then it does go to young minds, right? How do young minds take this amazing power and utilize it properly? How do you think they're going to utilize it? They've already put smartphones into the hands of young minds, and now we are trying to get it back from them. Right? Just smartphones alone, and those are pretty dumb compared to AI, right? Smartphones are not smart anymore. We know that now because we have the capability of AI, and then there is the human capability, right? So, how do you think it's easy? How do you think it's time, it's right for us to put such a immensely potent power in the hands of young minds, or in the hands of people who might impart that to young minds without any proper mentoring for themselves? So it's a very, very tricky scenario and very, very difficult for us to actually get this going. But I'm thankful to IIT for actually democratizing this by way of giving us something like Sarvam, which is coming up with the Tamil LLM. The Tamil LLM is a fantastic first step for us as government, right? As people of Tamil Nadu, it's a fantastic first step. And I'm extremely happy that in the Bhashani the series, Tamil is probably will be the first one. Yeah? So, yeah. So, it's heartening to see that Tamil is getting that input, that door opened by way of what Sarvam is doing. And I had a very good discussion with Sarvam this afternoon, and I'm quite excited about what is possible when the government engages with such bright minds. So as I said, I'll just quickly tell you what I just jotted down a few points that I would love to see happen, or this is what we have in mind. So as I said first, I think AI must empower and not exclude. This is how this government is, and this is how a democratic state must think. I think technology only becomes completely powerful and ethical when it benefits every single person. If there is exclusion at some point because of the inability to connect to this amazing power, then I think all of us have failed. Right? So I personally feel, and I think all of us here, most of us here, will definitely be very passionate about reaching that last person who needs to be reached. And this is what the Dravidian model of inclusive governance is all about. It's about reaching that last person with every single enabler that a government should have. So that is one. It should basically be able to uplift rural workers, MSMEs in a big way. As Minister for Industries, I think MSMEs need a big hand from AI, because that's where R&D happens. That's where research happens. Research does not happen at large industry. Research does not happen. The quick thinking, the fast shaping of newer products does not happen as much as it happens in MSME as in large industry. Large industry does not do the hard work. The hard work is done by MSME. Right? So I think MSMEs, in a big way, students, of course, just like the professor said, why not, of course, for those who are differently abled in our community. So there are so many who actually need to get that, and they need to overcome the digital divide that is presently there now in several sectors of the community. And I also think regulations should also be enablers, and they should not suffocate what is possible, right? So regulations should be open-minded, because we don't know what's coming with AI. I mean, most of the people on stage also do not know what is coming. We're just breaking into what is possible in AI with AI. So none of us are masters of it. So I don't think we should start with just suffocating, putting in barriers immediately, trying to play extra safe and put in barriers without applying mind. I think we should go carefully, but we should go on and tweak regulations as we go. And I think you can't have a policy now and have another policy, take that policy decision after 3 years or 5 years when it comes to AI. AI needs continuous policy tweaking, and I'm very, very clear about that in my mind. And I think everybody in government needs to look at continuous policy tweaking. And it also needs to be human-centric AI. When it comes to a developing nation like India or anywhere else in the world, it needs to be human-centric and not algorithm-centric. Right? It needs to be human-centric, and every single nation and every part of every single nation needs tailored AI. I'm guessing at least some of you get that. I'm sure Professor Govt gets that. It needs tailored AI. Every single nook and corner, depending upon the development, depending upon their ability to use AI. That is key. Right? You can't just throw such an amazing power tool out in the open and expect everybody to use it, evenly. That's not going to happen. And everybody to use it knowing what it is capable of. Right? So this amazing power that all of us have in our hands now needs to be available for everybody with regulations that do not suffocate, and it should be more of an enabler and not to suffocate the user. And AI safety in many ways is also national security. This is national security, right? I know that in this geopolitical day and age, I have 6 more minutes, I'll just finish quickly. In this day and age, in this geopolitical scenario, AI is definitely national security, and that is why data sovereignty is key. While this afternoon I discussed about it, while Meta and others have hundreds of thousands of GPUs, we as a nation, I am told, have about 35,000 and 20,000 is only available. About 15K is unutilized. Right? Where are we as a nation? And why are we computing? Why are we exporting data? Why are we only importing data? We are importers of tokens. Why are we giving everything to somebody else and expecting them to, give back, be the givers? We have the capability to create. We here in IIT has the capability to do anything in the world that any other institution in the world can do it. But where we lacking, I personally feel the input needs to be more help from the union. There's no politics in this. I've been saying this continuously, but the union government needs to increase its funding on R&D. And R&D needs to be democratized. It's very, very important. And I keep repeating this statement. The union government and other governments also, including the state, should be saying and shouting from the roofs, saying, amazing academicians, the talent out there, do not fear to fail. Right? They should say, we are your safety net. We are here to protect you. We know you can do it. There are going to be failures on the way, but it's okay to fail. Don't worry, India is going to work with our researchers to make sure that we have our own AI built from the hero grounds like IIT Madras. So I think research funding, independent research bodies which do not have any political influence, that is key. Let our brilliant minds run our own institutions, and please let them have their own R&D funding, independent. Industry, of course, must pitch in. Our expenditure from industry is not much on R&D. They do a lot of CSR. They do stuff that the government needs to do. I keep telling all my industry friends that, why are you spending to build more, stuff that the government is supposed to do? I mean, let the government do that job. What is your job? Your job is to go into R&D. Your job, industry, is to make India product nation India. And that is why I'm pushing Tamil Nadu to be product nation TN. We need to have our own products. We've conquered manufacturing. We've conquered services. We are the champs when it comes to SaaS. We are the champs when it comes to fintech. We can manufacture anything under the sun. Tamil Nadu can do this. So where are we heading next? We need to go towards products, right? Our own products. So that is very, very key. So AI-driven product development, re-engineering, all of this is key. This is where we need to go. And I think that is key. And open source AI, tricky subject, but I think open source AI is also very important for democratizing the whole. You know that when a politician, or especially one from the Dravidian movement, comes in, we're definitely going to touch social justice. So AI for social justice is very close to our heart. And that is where my pitch for an inclusive AI tool comes from, right? Accessible to everyone. And understanding of AI for everyone. I think it's a duty of the government to tell the world that this is coming, and also enable the population to utilize this power, this tool that is coming. So when professor says we have to teach our students, yes, we need AI in school, but how is something which all of us need to be very responsible with. So finally, there's only one more point I just need to do. I need to tell you. So how do you build trust around AI? Transparency. We need to know what's going behind the mind of that AI, of that tool. Transparency is key. I think transparency builds trust anywhere in governance, and AI also needs to be transparent, and we need to know how this model is being built, on what lines. Right? That, I think, is extremely key. So India finally, my last pitch. Of course, it goes to it's a pitch for the federal structure of this amazing nation. India needs an ethical AI alliance with all states. All the states need to be involved. All the states need to be consulted. It's a very touchy subject, I know that. But I think all of you, when you sit back at home, have your cuppa and think, you know that what is okay with Tamil Nadu may not be okay with Assam. Definitely not okay with Gujarat many times. But that is the speciality of this beautiful country. This is what Gujarat will need, something on massive manufacturing at a different scale. I can't do that in Tamil Nadu. I need precision-driven advanced manufacturing. What will be okay in Tamil Nadu may not be okay in Haryana. So every single state needs to be consulted. Academia needs to be connected. State governments need to be connected. Civil society needs to be connected. And experts, independent experts, need to be connected. So that, I think, is key. An inclusive, universally accessible AI is what we should stand for. And I think these hallowed grounds of IIT and this amazing state called Tamil Nadu, which is the knowledge capital of India, the talent capital of India, like the professor said, we are the skilling capital of India also today. Thanks to our Deputy Chief Minister, Stalin, we have the Non-Mudalvan scheme, which is consistently pushing the latest education-tailored skilling forward. So I think we, as the state, are very, very clean, very, very clear about what we want and how we see AI going into the future. And I hope and pray this working committee group gives amazing inputs, proper inputs to set up beautiful framework in Delhi. And as I said, I'm also hopeful that Delhi will be more inclusive, not just in AI, but in everything that it does. Nandri, Vanakkam.
Thank you, sir. We thank Honorable Minister for his wonderful inaugural speech and giving the natural advantage of Tamil Nadu having its capital, Chennai, built in AI. Also for stressing the importance on enabling everyone as an inclusive AI and stressing upon the importance of regulations, the safety AI. And AI safety is the national safety, is a very beautifully put out point. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful inaugural speech. May we now request the members of the audience to raise for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, sir. We request the members of the audience to remain seated and we will move on to the scientific session shortly.